In today's video, I'm going to show you how I use positive reinforcement for everyday life. Now, what's one of the most important things that we do with our horses in everyday life? That is, we have to pick out their feet. So even though Zorro is really, really good at it, and he doesn't give me any grief when I pick out his feet, I still use my communication method. And why is that? Because I don't communicate with my horse sometimes and then completely ignore him the next. I communicate with him all the time, and to let him know anytime that he's being good, anytime at all, he's still going to be rewarded for it. So what I will do is I'll show you exactly how I would do this. Grab the hoof pick from the grooming kit, start with the usual. What we would all do with our horses is we run our hand down their leg, pick up their hoof, and Zorro's perfect at this. We pick out their feet. He's just got a little bit of stuff stuck around under those shoes in the groove near his shoe. Give it a good brush out. Make sure there's nothing stuck there. Because we all need to make sure we pick out their feet before we ride them. We don't wait until they've got a stone bruise. We make sure there's no stones in there to start with. So we give their hoof a good pick out. While Zorro still has his foot in the air, this is the moment that I say, good. And then I reward him for it. So remember in my other videos, if you've watched that, the word good is what I call the bridge. It's the bridge between them doing the behavior correctly and them getting a reward. Now, because Zorro knows exactly what I'm talking about, because we've been together forever, I don't have to give him a biscuit. But he does know what the word good means, 100%. So that means every day that I do Zorro's feet, I pick up his feet, I clean them out, I say good, and he knows he's done a good job. Now, what I will make sure you understand is if this is what you're going to do with your everyday life, the bridge is the important part. This is when you say good, when his hoof is in the air. You don't put it down and then say good. You pick it up, you do what you've got to do. You say good when it's in the air because this is the behavior that you want. Then you pop it down and then you can give him a biscuit. Then we move on to the back feet. Run your hand down his leg, pick up his hoof, pick out his hoof. Make sure there's no stones in there, no gunk. Make the hoof clear. While he has his hoof in the air, I say good, and then he can pop his foot down, and then he gets a biscuit. Now, if anyone's been confused in the past as to why you have to use a bridge, that is, if I was to pick up Zorro's feet, especially the back one because it's further away from his head. Let's say Zorro wasn't an expert at my system and didn't know good's good and I didn't have to reinforce it with the biscuit. I'm all the way back here and I've picked up his foot. I've put it down and then I go over here and I'd give him a biscuit. That would mean he's missed the point of the best part of the desired behavior, because the desired behavior, don't scratch your forelock on there, Zorro. The desired behavior is him picking up his foot. It's not him picking up his foot, him putting it down and then me making it to his head. This is where with lots of behaviors you'll end up with a shortened behavior, because if the horse thinks, if they're new to the system, don't rub, if the horse thinks and they're new to the system that picking up his foot, Zorro, picking up his foot, putting it down, me going to his head and giving him a biscuit, his desired result is to get the biscuit. And with no understanding of what good means, he would want to pick his foot up, put it down quickly so that he gets a biscuit quickly. So that's why you need to avoid that, and you must use a bridge. So, and this is the other reason, you use it in everyday life, because if you use it in everyday life, he'll understand your system. So then I move on to the next one. I pick up his foot. Zorro, pick up your foot, buddy. I pick out his foot. Hoof. Give it a good brush out. Good. And then I let him pop it down. Of course, what do I do next? I move to the next front hoof. I'm going this way because Zorro has managed to untie himself. Kind of, almost. You almost got there, didn't you, Zorro? So I'll move to the other front one. I pick up his foot. Hoof. I pick it out. Give it a good brush. Good. And I pop it back down again. And I give him a biscuit. So that's something that I've just managed to do, which is something we do every single day that we ride, plus other days. And though he's good at it, he's even happier about it. And we're kind of guaranteed that he's never going to give me a problem because he understands completely that part of being good is to let me pick up his feet and pick them out. So, of course, this works really well if there's other reasons you want them to pick up their feet. If I wanted him to pick up his foot for any other reason, like he had something caught around it, he had some kind of injury that you need to do, exactly the same thing. It means we can run our hand down their leg, ask them to pick up their foot, do whatever it is we need to do, say good when it's in the air, and then pop it down. And then he gets the reward. So I hope that makes sense. That's just a short snippet of how to use positive reinforcement in your everyday life, even when they're already good at it. It means you need to communicate with your horse all the time, not just sometimes.